Hi and welcome back to part 2. In this video I'm going to make 2 bowls for the polo packets, in which I think is quite an ingenious way. I've not seen anybody do this before and it does have its ups and downs. Because I promised myself not to make any prototypes, it's a case of adapt and repair until I get the finished product. So off we go. The design is a clear epoxy resin tube with 2 polo logos placed around it. This tube is then placed inside another tube of black resin. Four bowl ends are made containing a polo and my maker's logo. Here I'm making the polo logos which will be attached to the outside of the clear tube. I didn't glue the logos directly to the tube because I thought it might be visible. So I did it this way, not realising that this was going to create a large air bubble for me to have to deal with later. The tube was then fitted into the mould and black epoxy resin was applied to the outside of the clear tube. This was supposed to make the tube opaque on the outside and clear on the inside. As you can see, not enough dye was added to the resin and this is going to cause more problems later. It took a bit of time to learn how to turn the epoxy resin because it was very easy to get chip outs. I drilled out the centre of the clear tube and the largest Fostner bit before shaping the outside of the tube. After drilling out the centre, the tube was getting quite thin. To give the tube some shape, I decided to make a gradual chamfer from about a third of the way up the tube to the end. I then moved on to turning the bowl ends. I hope you watched the video all the way through, and if at any point you wish to make a comment, please do so. I'd love to hear from you. The bowl ends were to be domed at each side and would be held in place with glue. Here I'm taking down one of the bowl ends to the diameter of the tube. Please consider subscribing and giving me the thumbs up. Thank you. When removing the corian tenon, notice how tight I have to hold the tool to the rest. This is to stop any chip out from occurring. Here I am, cutting the tube in half. This job took so long, my hair grew 4 inches. Here's another disaster. I dropped this half on the floor and both corners broke off. As you can see, the side of the bowl, which was supposed to be black, is almost clear. Mini putty was used to give some more shape to the bowl ends. The wooden polo released loads of bubbles within the resin and gave an unacceptable appearance. So I just painted it black. I'm now going to tackle the large air bubble that I spoke of earlier. I'm drilling a small hole from the back of the bowl into the air bubble. I glued a needle into the hole and injected resin into the air bubble. The resin you can see on the surface is coming from a crack. Eventually I managed to fill nearly all the bubble. The logo was then masked off and the bowl painted to the required colour. The bowl ends are then glued on. A small amount of air is still present within the bubble. Milliput was applied to the joint between the bowl and the end. I designed a small base for the bowls and cut them out on the CNC. After the milliput had been sanded smooth, the bowls were given another coat of paint. Bases were then glued on with super glue. Another couple of coats of lacquer and they were finished. From what I thought was going to be an easy task, turned out to be one hell of a task. I think they turned out alright in the end. What do you think? Bye for now, and thanks for watching.